James Warner to turn them loose as they bring themselves off turn number 4. Green flag in the air, and we are back underway. And quickly back out to the front is the 76 of Thomas Schmidt. Right behind him, the number 1 of Brian Norman is moved into the second spot, and Greg Moran Sr. in the 63 look to get underneath the 83 and move into position number 3 as they come off turn 4. Leading the way, it's the 76 of William Schmidt. But tucked underneath him is the number 1, that is Brian Norman. And now to the outside is the 63 of Greg Moran Sr. As they go down the backstretch, Norman makes his move underneath the 76 of Schmidt, and they are side by side as they barrel their way off turn number 4. And leading the charge is the 1 of Brian Norman. 3 wide for the battle for second as Jon Porter has moved to the inside of the 76 of Schmidt, and left to the outside is Moran as they go through turn number 3, and it is Porter who grabs the spot, but hanging on to the outside is the 63 of Moran. They will battle for position number 2 as they go into turn number 1. Then we have the 76 of Schmidt, the 11 of Thomas Missouri, now with the 83 of Robert Norman side by side down the backstretch, and we have the 13 of Daniel Moon. At the front of the field, it is the 1 of Brian Norman trying to hold off the charge of Jon Porter. Now Porter is underneath, noses the 38 out in front, but the 1 of Norman pulls even as they go into turn number 3 with Greg Moran Sr. running in the 3rd spot. Jon Porter leads the way into turn number 1. He is chased down by the 1 of Norman who's left to the outside. Now the 63 of Greg Moran Sr. makes a move underneath as they go down the backstretch. The top 3, Jon Porter, then we have Brian Norman, Greg Moran Sr., and running in 4th is the 76 of William Schmidt. Jon Porter looks to pull away as they go down into turn number 1, and Moran sees an opening, and he'll try to get underneath the 1 of Norman as they go down the backstretch.
But Moran has had trouble with the handling of that car. Let's see if it can come to life in the latter stages of the race. He tucks it down low, trying to carve his way underneath Norman. So Brian Norman has second. It looked like Jon Porter was bogged down momentarily by a lap car of Andrew Keeney. But right now here is Greg Moran, the Magic Man, as he has got the wand out and moves into second place. Porter has the lead. Moran might have some momentum. Still a long way to go. Schmidt gets around the 84. And this is a superb performance for William Schmidt, and Thomas Missouri in car number 11 is able to jitterbug his way into contention with the Agman in the 9 car. Next, as they blast their way across the stripe, here is Porter, now underneath the scoreboard, and he has a healthy advantage over Moran. And if you have been with us on Wednesday night, you'll know how quickly that lead can disappear, especially when the Magic Man is with you. The black flag is given to Brian Norman, so he will have to leave the facilities. And that is a new paid scheme. Trouble for Schmidt, and that pinches Yagaman behind it. A good aggressive move by Moon to get underneath, and now the yellow comes out with 9 laps to go. And we told you that the Magic Man can make come as they swoop their way off the 4th corner. James Warner has a green flag out, and Porter has done it, getting the upper hand on Moran. Moran shuffling his way to the outside. William Schmidt in 3rd. John Yagaman, he always has some giddy up for the end of a race. Thomas Missouri having a solid run in 5th in car number 11, Thomas Missouri. Then it is the 83 of Norman, Joe Campbell in the 57, Mike Maskell in the 31, and Charles Beal. Remember how badly that car was smoking a moment ago? Well, it is still a top 10 car. Yagaman gets around Schmidt. He's in 3rd. The plot thickens with 7 laps to go. The pace setter is Porter, but he is starting to slide into the corners. So a little banana peel action for the 38 of Porter. Moran running a solid 2nd, and the driver everybody is keeping their eyes on is John Yagaman, the Mohawk Man, in car number 9. Battle for 4th and 5th. Thomas Missouri trying to lean on the side panel of the Schmidt car Now to the outside goes Joe Campbell. Campbell like he was shot out of a bow, but he ran out of steam, and Schmidt will hang on to the number 4 position. At the front, Porter is able to run away from the 64 or the 63 of Moran. In third is Yagaman, and the battle continues to intensify deeper in the field between Masori and William Schmidt, with Norman and Beal and Campbell right there. Here comes Porter. The laps continue to wind down, but he knows what the Magic Man is capable of. He knows what Yagaman can do, and the one thing Porter does not want to see is yellow in any way, shape, or form. As he scoots around the 4th corner, Jon Porter has the lead. Let's see what Moran can do. He might need a lasso. Once again, that car a little wheezing in turn number 1 for Porter, but he is able to keep things under control as he dive bombs his way into the 4th corner.
2 laps left for Jon Porter as he crosses the stripe. He is chased by Greg Moran Sr. and then John Yagaman. The best battle? Well, that is where Thomas Masori has finally gotten by the 76 of William Schmidt, who sits in the 4th spot. They go down the backstretch and through turn 3. Porter has to navigate some traffic as he crosses the stripe with the white flag in the air, and that may help Greg Moran Sr. cut into the advantage as Porter goes around the 66 as they go down the backstretch. Now the 66 is around, but going underneath the scoreboard, and then in turn 3 with the checkered flag in the air, it will be Jon Porter as he crosses the stripe with the win. Coming home second is the 63 of Greg Moran Sr. In third, it's the 9 of John Yagaman. In fourth, we have the 11 machine of Thomas Masori.
Jon Porter might be a little happy, don't you think? Wow, Greg Moran, he is happy too. A little impromptu smoke show for the driver of car number 63. Also the Frogman getting involved. And this is how they say goodbye to the 2007 season. And nobody said it more emphatically than the driver of car number 38. We will be talking to him in a minute. The Victory Lane Donut can only mean one thing. The driver of car number 38 has done it again. How about a hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Jon Porter? Well, for a man who has a nickname of the Crazy Man and looked like you had things under control today, how easy was it for you to get to the front?
Pretty easy, actually.
I thought that. That's why I asked you. And then were you surprised that neither the Magic Man or John Yagaman mounted a serious challenge at the end?
Yeah, I don't get it. Greg's slow tonight. I thought he was going to beat me, you know, but we got the win.
What does it mean to a Wednesday Warrior to come here on Saturday and come away with a victory?
It's great. Oh, yeah. I want to thank a few sponsors, too. Jordan Juice Auto Parts, Diamond Glass, my friend Keith that's been towing my car every week. Been really good help. Gotta thank him the most. My parents are finally here. They missed the last win. Oh, yeah. That's all.
And there's the man with the last word, ladies and gentlemen. How about one more hand for Jon Porter?